With CData Connect Cloud, connecting your data wherever you need it has never been easier. In this video, let's show you around the platform and how to get started so that by the end, you'll be ready to start connecting your own data. Let's get started. First, head to our website to start your free 30-day trial. No credit card required. When you first log into Connect Cloud, you'll be brought to your dashboard, where you can monitor all of your data connections and queries across all your data sources. Of course, when you first log in, all of this will be empty, but eventually, once you set up data connections and data sources, you can monitor all of your activity from one place here. On the left is where you can build your data connections step by step. Going down, we'll start with the sources. These are your source data connections and the first place to start when building a connection. Next are your integrations, wherever you want to access data from, including BI and analytics tools, automation platforms, and more. Workspaces, so you can organize your data and share. The Data Explorer, so that you can build data sets that you want to access in your integrations and explore your data. Jobs allow you to automate and schedule how your data connects. And finally, OData APIs allow you to connect and build APIs for your data. Here you can manage and share access to your data with other users, as well as view logs for troubleshooting. Finally, to build and access documentation on the APIs, you can head to API. On the top right, you'll see your account, as well as settings and documentation for every page, as well as a search to find whatever you're looking for in Connect Cloud. Let's walk through building your own connection, starting with adding a source, exploring and finding my data, and finally accessing it wherever I want. When you first click on sources, you won't have any sources in your account yet. Go ahead and click Add Connection and search for the source you want to add. CData Connect Cloud connects to hundreds of everyday sources where your data lives and is generated. Most sources are easy to log into, just requiring a single sign-on or some short steps to authenticate and make sure that access to your data is protected. For example, let's try Sage Intacct, a popular accounting system. To set up a Sage Intacct connection, all I need to do is get my company ID from my settings and then put in my username and password. Within a connection, you can also set if you want other users to be able to use this data or if you want it to be just for yourself. Access advanced settings as well as permissions and reports. And finally, all connections show helpful documentation and guides in the right pane so you can follow along step by step and get started setting up your connection easily. Once you have one or more connections set up, you're ready to start exploring your data, or you can go ahead and skip to the integrations to access your data immediately. Let's start by exploring our data in the Data Explorer. This is a great place to build queries with or without SQL, depending on whatever you're comfortable with. Use the SQL editor to generate and put in your own custom SQL queries, or try out the Query Builder or AI generator to create SQL queries on the fly with no code. For example, the Query Builder is a great place to visually select, combine, filter, and sort data and build queries you want step by step so you can work with exactly the data you're looking for in your end integration. This is a great way to create and share datasets instead of working with the entire dataset in your data source. The AI SQL generator is a great way to work with natural language to select your data instead of complicated and confusing SQL queries. However you build your query, after you execute, you can view a preview of the query data that comes back, and then save the dataset as a derived view or schedule the query to run at specific intervals. Once you save this data as its own derived view or saved query, you can access just this specific data in your end integrations. This is a great way to build and explore your data in Connect Cloud before accessing specific datasets in end tools. You can also share these datasets with users that are working in the end integrations without them ever having to log into Connect Cloud themselves. After exploring your data and setting up the datasets that you'll need, you can go to integrations to now start accessing and using the data wherever you like. Connect Cloud connects to most systems that you use every day, including spreadsheets, BI and analytics, ETL, and other automation tools. Setting these up is just like setting up a source. Find your integration and click on it to open documentation with a step-by-step guide to connecting Connect Cloud. For example, accessing any data or data set in Connect Cloud is easy in Power BI. All you have to do is click Other Sources, find CData Connect Cloud, log in, and start working with the data you've set up. By connecting your data to Connect Cloud and then accessing it in the places you work with, it's much easier to understand and work with the data you need instead of trying to filter and build data sets on the fly. In addition, all of the data in Connect Cloud is constantly kept up to date from the source system whenever records update. So connect your data once, set up your dashboards and reports in your end integrations, and then your data will automatically be taken care of in the background by Connect Cloud, and you never have to worry about fresh data or updating your data manually. And just like that, your data has been connected from a data source. We explored the data in Connect Cloud and built a data set that we wanted to use in an end integration. And now I'm able to build all of the dashboards and reports I like with live data from the source connected by Connect Cloud. Once you have your first data connection set up, there's plenty more to get the most out of Connect Cloud. Try creating workspaces to share data with certain teams and users from your saved queries and derived views. Explore your data further in the Data Explorer and build more data sets that you can access in end integrations instead of entire tables and sources. Invite other users to explore their data and use the data connections that you've set up and shared with them. Finally, get the most performance out of your data connections by setting up jobs, where Connect Cloud will help you cache data in a SQL database or data warehouse as an intermediary high-performance cache. Ready to subscribe and purchase a plan for Connect Cloud? Just head to your settings and then billing to put in your credit card and purchase your plan to get started with Connect Cloud. Or for enterprise plans and features, reach out to sales at any time to get a custom plan and quote. With Connect Cloud, don't worry about complicated and expensive data integrations and data movement. Instead, easily connect your data, select exactly the data you want to work with, and start accessing that data in real time in any integrated platform. Start automating your data workflows today yourself with CData Connect Cloud and get started today with a free 30-day trial.